Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Kolgung. Okay. What you learned in the last lesson has absolutely nothing to do with your nonsense. Absolutely nothing to do with it, because in these few lessons, I can guide you through copying it by hand. Copy it by hand. Then let's close this thing first. Close it. After closing it, let me think. Do I need to keep this? I'll just change it directly. Because if you want to build it, you can just create a new one. Since I often create new things like this, I'm fine with it. No problem. And our thing here has already fallen down. Let me change it for everyone first. You need to follow me and operate along. And we open this. We have a guidebook here, right? Actually, let's write one following it here. We write a method called we return int write, and we call it x gyra ejrt. We can pass, of course, pointers or something like that. We give it an int a. We still use Unreal's writing style. And int b. Okay, now let's create its implementation. Let's take a look. Okay, let's write this implementation in the standard way as well. Okay, here we need to hook up this red one like this. Then we just return just the interarray plus interbar. So we've implemented a simple addition. For this addition, we did it this way in this third-party library. Now let's do something sneaky. Let's add an extra 10 to it. You see, no problem. Then let's compile it here. Compile it. Okay, compilation is done. After compilation is done, let's close it. It does it. Now we're doing something bad. We delete all these things. Delete. Delete this one too. Delete. As for this x64, we take this debug, copy these two out. Then put this thing here, replace it. Then we've replaced it here. Okay, no problem. Let's do more bad things. Keep doing bad things. We delete this debug. Then when we do bad things, after we erase this, then we take these potatoes. You need to change it too, because if you don't change it, there will be problems. It's the one you're actually using. We find it should be this box project. Then what we're looking for is what we're changing is here. Here. We replace it. Okay, so what we're actually using is the DLL from this location. Be sure to pay attention. That is, our lab uses that location. The DLL is the one used here. This thing is, I don't know why the engine wrote it this way, but many people make this mistake. Basically, if you're a beginner, no one tells you. You just don't know. Even if you're a C++ expert, no one tells you. You'll be fumbling with this for a long time. I'm telling you, this is for sure. And as for this header file, it's still this one. You see, there's no problem with the header file. Is there this method? Then no problem. Then delete this. Delete this part. We'll just get rid of this my. We'll get rid of the museum. Okay, good. Basically, this way, we have customized it, right? And there's no problem. And it's very clean and tidy. So what do we do next? Next, we'll definitely refresh the project first. Refresh the project. After refreshing the project, we come in. We'll reload it. Okay. Here we have quite a few changes to make. This entire preceding section, we don't need to change. Okay, this entire section actually also needs to be changed. So what do we change? Let's start changing from here. The previous loading process remains unchanged, but we no longer need Windows and Macs. So let's just remove them. We don't need to distribute such a red one to Windows. Or think about doing it this way. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Then the location we specified. Pay attention now. What we are specifying is the position of best pair. Let me emphasize this point to you again. The position specified here. What position is it? It is this position. Actually, we currently have 2 DLs and 1 lab in the project. Okay, so let's leave this part as is for now. Let's first add the simplest one. Then we go back here. Back here, we can see there is another lab here and another DL. We can ignore it. Then we are here. Here, we only need window. We don't need Mac and X to avoid it cluttering our view. Then this place. This place is to first compile our labby into it. It is already compiled while you are compiling. Then when running at this time, we load this example library DLL, and this is for when packaging. To let it automatically copy this platter better where these DLL-over top, then actually we also need to write one here, which is to manually copy this DLL to our binary folder. Copy it to this location. So that is the complete way. But we do not do it here. We do not do it here. Here we need to manually copy this DLL to better where ourselves. I emphasize it again. I am really afraid you won't understand, so we made it very clear. So we have this method here, right? Now let's try to call this method. Let's come here. So we can do this in the start module. I won't do it that way. Let me write something here for you. I'll write a class here for everyone. I'll create a text file first. Okay, then let's refresh it now. We'll write a blueprint function library. This way, you can happily package your own third-party library plugins. Okay. And here we go. Then for this part, we need to bring this over. Let's bring the name over. Mainly, I'm a bit reluctant to write this name. We also need to bring the code over. Let's bring the name first. First, rely on the code. Then we name this. I think about this name. Let's just call it Gyro Gang, third party. Beeply. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Then we change this name. Every step here is very likely to go wrong. After I made many mistakes, I am no longer afraid of making mistakes because I have succeeded before. So I am not afraid anymore. Then here we found Kissmeet. Anyway, just follow my steps. Then you get my original project. My original project runs fine. Just do a 1-to-1 comparison. Then here, we need to change this image file. Here. Okay, then we need to include it. Good, we are here. Include its image style. Note that it's this one. Don't pick the wrong one. Okay, after including it, what do we need to do? We switch it back. Then here, we put it here. This is fine. Then, we don't want this. uClass, I don't want to write this constructor. Okay, at this point, should we also change the name? Let's just call it 샤오강 Kirset. Party, paste. Okay. Put the name here, then let's put it into xd. Let's try compiling it here. At this point, the compilation should fail. It seems we haven't written the function implementation. Let me create the function implementation first. And there's an error here, right? Let's check where the error is in the reflection file. This error is very normal. Why does it report an error? Because this thing is related to ng. It's like we didn't include ng. Actually, we don't need to include it. We should include as little as possible, especially when you're writing a plugin. The more you include, the easier it is to make mistakes. We just need to make it inherit from UOBJ. Okay, let me check how to resolve this error. Let's take a look at the log. Yeah, I forgot to remove that agreement point. Obviously, I still need to include an agreement point including a minimal dependency library. Okay, let's compile it now. Let's continue troubleshooting. Let me check what the cause is. The reason should be that we didn't include this call your object. Actually, it's best not to include call your object in our code. We just want to reflect it to Blueprint for now. It's best if you, for third-party libraries, it's best to first keep them in C++. Then write another plugin or module to call it, reflecting it directly to Blueprint like this. Can sometimes trigger conflicts. It's the header file of this third-party library. If it contains some macros or properties that conflict with the engine, it often fails to compile. So sometimes we don't include this here. Call your object engine, etc. It's just that everyone should be aware of this. And now we're going to do something tricky. Then we need to include this. For the include path, we just manipulate this. Just manipulate this path. Okay. Then we can call the method inside it. It's normal that you can't click to open it. We call this one. Then the value we return it as int32. Here we just return it directly like this. Then here we change it to int a and int b. Okay, then copy this function signature over. Let's take a look at this part. Obviously, this part needs to be done like this. Let's see if it works. Let's compile it again. Good. Let's check. Redefined. Based type. It should be here. This part wasn't changed. Okay. Let's compile it again. Wow, not easy. Not easy. Let's give a round of applause. Hello everyone, Brother Xiaomu. Damn, this is really not easy. Continue. Now, let's go into the blueprint to check if this bad thing was done successfully. Huh. Don't worry about this. This is something the stated module set up for them. Don't worry about it. Then in the level blueprint, we will do this. We have an xt. Let's teach this method and do the bad thing. We input a 1 plus 1. Then we finalize this number. Okay, now let's begin. It actually equals 12. Why? Don't you have this question? Now, even if you search through everything, you won't find how this 12 came about. Why is that? Because it's sealed inside the DLL. Inside the DLL. Alright, that's all for today's lesson. Isn't it impressive? Right? Alright, use completed